Good morning, Durham. I am making a video to try to inform residents about some of the things that are happening in town right now. We have a public hearing that's coming up November 13th at 6:30 with the planning board hosting. Town staff will be there also to answer questions. This is regarding resource protection changes and also a battery storage moratorium. This is a large scale battery storage moratorium, not for residential uses. The way that the draft currently reads, you can find it online, I'll post the link to it, is that anything over 20 kilowatt hours. This is a draft that was prepared by the town attorney regarding battery storage based on her experience in other municipalities. And residents do have the ability to make a public comment and give feedback. That's the purpose of the hearing, is to get resident feedback so that the planning board can compile that feedback and give it to the select board before we hold the special town meeting, which is going to happen on November 19th at 6:30 at the Eureka Center. So if 20 kilowatt hours, say, is not enough storage for the typical residential solar power storage, you could make a public comment and say that it needed to be 30, and you know that the planning board could give that feedback to the select board, and then we can make informed decisions based on the data. So those are the things that are happening. There is a applicant there's not an applicant. No application has been currently filed for a large scale battery storage system. There is a company that has expressed interest in a battery storage facility in Durham, which is why the attorney recommended that the town have the option to enact a moratorium, because our current land use ordinance doesn't outline any provisions to be able to apply standards or criteria or anything related to safety, whatnot, regarding battery storage. And so the moratorium would be a 6-month moratorium if the residents vote in favor of that, to allow the planning board time to develop a land use ordinance mechanism to be able to deal with that. If at 6 months they don't have something ready, the select board has the ability to enact the moratorium, to extend it for another 6 months if that were necessary. So the one that the residents would vote on would be a moratorium for 6 months, and then if necessary, the select board could extend it for another 6 months. It was discussed at the last planning board meeting. The town planner was there to answer questions that the planning board had. I was in attendance at that meeting, so it's come to my attention that the audio for that meeting wasn't working. I was there for the entire meeting, start to finish, and I'm happy to answer any questions that people have about anything that was said. So I'm probably going to have to make 2 videos because there's a lot going on right now. But those are the 2 big things that are coming up within the next few weeks. So any residents that have any questions about anything that would like to discuss, please feel free to reach out. I'm going to try to do videos like this on a regular basis to update residents so that they can get information. I know that it's really hard to sit and watch a 2.5, 3 hour meeting, you know, every week or every other week. And I ran for the select board to increase transparency because I remember being so frustrated before I was on the board, feeling like I couldn't access information. And this board has worked. The composition of the board has changed dramatically in the last few years, and this board feels strongly about transparency. And so while it's not perfect and we have a long way to go, we are absolutely working on making sure that residents can have that the information is accessible. Again, I know it's not perfect, but it's come a long way from the days where I used to sit as a resident and live stream the meetings from my personal device, because we couldn't even get consistent meetings being available to watch or review for information. So, not perfect. We're working on it. I think we've come leaps and bounds from where we've been. And again, I'm happy to talk to anybody at any time about anything that they would like to know and answer the questions the best that I can. I'm speaking today as an individual select board member. My opinions represent my own. My information is from my experience and what I have retained for information out of our meetings. And again, as an individual select board member putting this out, not an official communication from the select board as a whole. I hope everybody has a great weekend, and I will make another video soon about the other things that are going on. Thanks.